This is Adam, and he suffers from gout. Try Ural. It helps to prevent crystallization of uric acid crystals in gout therapy. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer for gout.
Good evening, I'm Prasad and this is KiniNews. Malaysia's political Game of Thrones sees former rivals coming together. The Sheraton Move's protagonists and antagonists appear to have put their history aside to pen a new chapter, perhaps in a calculated move to capture the hearts and votes of the Malay community in the state elections next month.
In a significant turn of events, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and his fellow Bersatu co-founder Muhyiddin Yassin seem to have reconciled their political differences. Muhyiddin visited Mahathir at his home in Seri Kembangan, Selangor, where they spent nearly 2 hours in conversation. Malay Proclamation Secretariat Chairperson Khairuddin Abu Hassan shared details of the visit. He praised both leaders for setting aside their political differences to work towards reinforcing the positions of the Bumiputra community in the country. Khairuddin believes that their efforts will galvanize Malays yearning for unification. Muhyiddin's visit to Mahathir comes after Azmin Ali, another key figure in the Sheraton Move, visited the former Prime Minister. Historically, Mahathir has been critical of Muhyiddin's role in the Sheraton Move, which led to the fall of the Pakatan Harapan government in February 2020. Mahathir has often labelled Muhyiddin as a traitor. However, in the wake of the parliamentary elections last November, during which his newly formed party, Pejuang, suffered a defeat, Mahathir seems to have softened his stance towards Muhyiddin and PN.
UNWA's alliance with UMNO is set to be tested next month as PN gathers its forces to capture several key states. If you're a voter in any of the 6 states about to hold elections, mark your calendars because all the important dates have been announced. Abdul Ghani Saleh, the chairperson of the Election Commission, told a press conference today that Selangor, Kedah, Penang, Kelantan, Terengganu and Negeri Sembilan will vote on August 12 after 14 days of campaigning.
Hari penamaan calon 29 Julai 2023, hari Sabtu. Hari mengundi awal 8 Ogos 2023, Selasa. Hari mengundi 12 Ogos 2023, Sabtu. Sekian, terima kasih.
In a twist of fate that echoes Anakin Skywalker's journey to the dark side, Azmin Ali expresses regret over nominating his once prodigy, Amirudin Shari, reflecting on the missteps of his political past.
Former Selangor Menteri Besar Azmin Ali has conveyed regret over his 2018 decisions to nominate Amirudin Shari as his successor. After his early swearing-in as Menteri Besar post the 2018 January election, Azmin had to step down a mere 10 days later upon his appointment to the federal cabinet. During his interview with Malaysia Now, Azmin admitted that his nominations of Amirudin, as opposed to PKR's choice, Dr. Idris Ahmad, might have been a mistake. He initially believed that Selangor required a young, progressive Menteri Besar to carry forward the successful policies he had implemented. Azmin, however, lamented that Amirudin had failed to live up to those expectations, failing to prioritize the welfare of the people and causing Selangor's economic performance to decline. Once Azmin's protege, 48-year-old Amirudin, later demonstrated his loyalty to PKR by replacing Azmin as the MP for Gombak after Azmin's 3 terms. The two are set to compete in the upcoming state election, with Azmin as the Selangor Perikatan Nasional Chief. In the Malaysia Now interview, Azmin dismissed Amirudin's achievements as Menteri Besar, critiquing Selangor's investment rankings under Amirudin's administration.
Before we go any further, here's a sponsored segment brought to you by the Ministry of Finance.
Cabaran kita dan agasi-agasi terkait adalah bagaimana kita nak pastikan jumlah ini sampai terus kepada golongan sasar dan tidak tercicir dan tiris.
The budget 2023 that was presented shows that the unity government has proposed several initiatives to support youth development by addressing the problems of unemployment, education, and skill development. we sought the views of the youth on how these initiatives could benefit them.
The 200 e-belia would be useful because I'm still in college and stuff, and I think I just want to lower down my burden towards my parents to ask more money. So I think the 200 would help towards buying food, necessities and stuff.
For instance, I study law, so we need more revised books. So we do need that allowance.
Usually people after graduating SPM, PT3 and all that, they don't know where to go, right? So I feel like joining the upscaling program would definitely be helpful for people like those people.
Yeah, it creates another sector for them to find money, and then it sort of like generates income for them as a passive income. So that really helps them in, maintaining their finance.
Their income is only coming from Grabs and all the e-hailing, all right, like taxis and all that. Because these days, driver's license are super expensive as well. So it's definitely useful for people like these.
Sebenarnya memang banyak inisiatif-inisiatif yang diperuntukkan untuk belia, dan cara untuk belia untuk dapat memanfaatkan segala yang diumumkan oleh kerajaan, terutama dalam Belanjawan 23, ialah untuk mengambil inisiatif pergi ke laman sesawang kementerian-kementerian ataupun agensi yang berkaitan. Terutama ni kalau kita merujuk pada e-tunai Bilik Rahmah, kalau kita lihat pada diskaun PTPTN, itu merujuk kepada kementerian tertentu seperti Kementerian Pengajian Tinggi dan juga Kementerian Kewangan. Dan kalau ada belia yang berminat untuk meminjam untuk berniaga dan sebagainya, maka ada beberapa agensi seperti Bank Negara dan Tekun Nasional dan sebagainya. Dan kalau kita lihat platform untuk mendapatkan segala maklumat ini sudah pelbagai, bukan sahaja di laman sesawang setiap agensi kementerian, tetapi melalui pelbagai platform media sosial yang mana kita faham belia ini sudah mempunyai peranti elektronik yang boleh mengakses kepada setiap platform media sosial.
To find out more about Belanjawan 2023, please visit belanjawan.mof.gov.my/manfaat.
If you have an eye for detail, you may have noticed something different about how Zahid Hamidi looks recently. No, it's not a makeover to face the elections. According to his daughter, it was a necessary medical procedure to improve his eyesight. Eagle-eyed observers may have noticed a recent change in Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi's appearance, a shift that is the result of a necessary eye surgery, according to his daughter. UMNO's president was forced to undergo this operation due to deteriorating eyesight, a condition that was starting to impede his vision. In an Instagram post, Nurul Hidayah Zahid said that as he grows older, the nerves slacken and adversely affect his eyesight. She further disclosed that her son is afflicted with the same condition, which she referred to as, quote, lazy eye. However, a respondent pointed out that the ailment was more likely ptosis, a condition that leads to the drooping of the upper eyelid and can intensify with age. In the same vein, Nurul Hidayah took the opportunity to dispel rumours that Zahid had undergone surgery for aesthetic purposes. In a tangle of YouTube, TikTok and political mischief, a YouTuber found himself in a viral video vendetta wrestling with unauthorized use and distortion of his content.
YouTuber Tangki Yao has filed a police complaint against past youth chief Ahmad Fadli Sha'ari. This is over alleged unauthorized use and misrepresentations of his video content. Tang, who operates the Ahyao Talks Politics YouTube channel, voiced concern that these misrepresentations could lead others to inaccurately perceive him as a supporter of Pakatan Nasional. Tang's video, uploaded on July 1st, featured a series of street interviews with Malays in Rembau, Negeri Sembilan, soliciting their opinions on UMNO's prospects in the upcoming state election. He discovered on Monday afternoon that Fadli had repurposed his video content without obtaining prior permission. According to Tang's police report, cited by Malaysia Kini, Fadli used Tang's video content along with captions that seemed to endorse PN. Subsequent to the police report, Tang released a brief video imploring Fadli to remove the alleged infringing videos posted on TikTok and Facebook. Fadli's actions were not only copyright infringements, according to Tang, but also disrespectful to creators. Tang noted that while Fadli posted the entire 15-minute video on Facebook, citing a link to the original video, TikTok viewers were only presented with the first 10 minutes. This discrepancy could cause viewers to misconstrue Tang as a PN affiliate.
In the Battle of the Taps, Selangor's Menteri Besar delivers a splashy response, dousing any hopes of a water tarif hike. Selangor's caretaker Menteri Besar, Amirudin Shari, has ruled out any imminent increase in the Klang Valley's water tariff. He also clarified that it's a policy issue requiring the state government's approval. His comments were a rebuttal to Air Selangor, the Klang Valley's water service operator, which urged the government to promptly review water tariffs. Yesterday, the acting CEO of Air Selangor, Abbas Abdullah, reasoned with reporters that a gradual increase in water tariffs is necessary for achieving a balance between the company's annual income and expenses. Abbas stated that Air Selangor reported total revenues of 2.45 billion ringgit last year, compared to 5.14 billion in operating and capital expenditures. Amirudin emphasized that his caretaker government's current priority in Selangor is to ensure ongoing viability of the state's economy rather than imposing additional financial burdens on the people. The debate heats up after Dr. Mahathir Mohamad questioned the constitutionality of Malaysia's multiracial identity, only to be rebutted by Ram Karpal Singh. According to Ram Karpal, Deputy Minister in the Prime Minister's Department in charge of Law and Institutional Reform, Mahathir's claim lacks legal basis. Ram Karpal finds it deeply regrettable that Mahathir, who served as Prime Minister for decades and acknowledged Malaysia as a multi-ethnic and multiracial nation during his tenure, is now challenging this understanding. Given his extensive time as Prime Minister, Mahathir undoubtedly had access to legal advice through the Attorney General and should therefore understand the legal stance on this issue. As a respectable elder statesman, Ram Karpal suggested that Mahathir should acknowledge the significance of the phrase "unity in diversity" should be our strength and not our shame within the Malaysian context. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to malaysiakini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.